Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Red, White, and Bills. This is NFL Weekly Picks, Week 6. Brett's not with me today. He is dealing with the hurricane situation, and shout out and prayers to everyone dealing with it. Hopefully, everybody that was told to evacuate did. I know Brett did. He's a few hours away, and he said he did lose power, but he's okay. And again, thoughts and prayers to everybody, and hopefully everybody's okay. So this will be a quick one. So last week, Brett improved to 46 and 33. I am 41 and 36. And so I'll read off Brett's picks and then mine. So he's choosing the 49ers over the Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks over the 49ers. The Seahawks are at home. The Niners haven't looked good. I know the Seahawks lost to the Giants last week, but I still think that they've been playing pretty good football. Then it's Jags versus Bears. He picks the Jags. I also picked the Jags. I know the Bears defense has been pretty good. It's in Chicago, but I know the Jags offense really turned up last week against the Colts, and this might be a time where they turn a corner. Bucks versus Saints. He picks the Bucks. I also picked the Bucks. Saints lost Derek Carr, so Spencer Rattler will be starting, and the Bucks again are already a great football team, offensively, defensively. So I don't have a worry that a rookie quarterback is going to go in his first start and beat Tampa. He got the Cardinals upsetting the Packers at Green Bay. And as much as I picked the Cardinals a lot this year, and I think they've been a pretty good football team as far as offense goes, I'm going to go with the Packers. I think they're very potent, and Jordan Love is finally getting back after injury and seeming like he's been getting back into form. Then you got Colts versus the Titans. He picks the Colts. I also picked the Colts. I think the Colts have again, Jonathan Taylor should be back. Joe Flacco's been balling. They did lose to Jacksonville, but he put up over 30 points. So I just feel like the Colts overall as a team are better off than the Titans are. The Titans still got a great defense, but I think the Colts have a little bit more on offense, and they'll take the win. And then you got the Browns and against the Eagles. Browns are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Somehow they're one of the teams I thought would be really good because their defense, and I thought Deshaun Watson couldn't be any worse than he was last year, but he proved me wrong. We both picking the Eagles here. Eagles coming off a bye. They're at home. Saquon Barkley, Devonta Smith, and AJ Brown should be back. So Hurts has no excuse not to win a football game with those guys. Then you got the Texans going into New England. Drake May is now the starting quarterback of the Patriots. Now, this not just because the Texans beat us, but this would be one of those times where a great team like the Texans might lose to a crappy team they shouldn't lose to. But we both picked the Texans here. Even without Nico Collins, the Texans have a lot of weapons. Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon. There's no excuse why they shouldn't win majority of their games because of what they got talent-wise. Then you got the Commanders and the Ravens, which would be a very good game. Jaden Daniels is balling out. The Commanders look really good. Obviously, the Baltimore looks really good too. Brett's going with Baltimore, but my upset of the week is the Commanders. Some reason the Ravens are 6.5-point favorites, even though the Commanders are 4-1 and they've been really good. So I got the Commanders on the upset there. And then you got the Chargers versus the Broncos. Man, the Broncos are on a 3-game win streak. The Chargers are coming off a bye. It's in Denver. He's going with the Chargers. I'm going with the Broncos. They're the hot hand right now out of those teams, so I'm going with Denver. Then you got Pittsburgh going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas seems like a mess right now. They don't know who the quarterback is. Devontae Adams is so-so. Is he playing? Is he not going to play? Is he getting traded? And then Pittsburgh coming off a loss, but again, they have a great defense, so I think they'll do enough offensively to win. Then you got the Falcons versus the Panthers, and obviously the Panthers are at home, but again, they're not a great football team. They had that one game where they balled out when they benched Bryce Young. But at the end of the day, I just don't think there's any juice left to squeeze out of that one. I thought about picking the Panthers as an upset, but we're both going Falcons here. Then you got Lions coming off a bye versus the Cowboys coming off a great Sunday Night Football win. And as much as I root for the Cowboys because I got a lot of friends that like the Cowboys. One of my friends that passed away loved the Cowboys, so they're not like my favorite team or anything, obviously, but I like to see them win. I think the Lions coming off a bye, and the Cowboys up in the air with Micah Parsons, Demarcus Lawrence. I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think they're more healthy. This is an interesting game. We got the Bengals versus the Giants. The Giants are 2-3. They could be 3-2 right now if they didn't have no field goal kicker against the Commanders. And as of right now, they're 2-3. But the Bengals are 1-4. Season's on the line, basically over as it is anyway. 6% chance of making the playoffs at 1-4. But we're both picking the Giants here. I think the Giants have been playing really good football, and yeah, I mean, if Daniel Jones takes care of the football and their defense is balling out like they have, I think they had 32 sacks in 5 games, which is crazy. I think that they'll win this football game because the Bengals defense is trash. And you got the Bills at Jets. Man, the way we go from playing like the best team in the league for the first 3 weeks to the worst team in the league in the last 2 weeks. And, it just goes to show how funny the NFL is. The Jets are also struggling. I'm picking the Bills to win, but if we play like we did the last 2 weeks, we're not winning this football game. I don't feel confident. I want them to show me something. And again, most of it, as I do my film study, it's just decision makings by Josh. The play calls are bad too, yeah, but the O line's been fantastic. James Cook's been great. The receivers do get open. Josh just isn't making the correct read. He wasn't doing what he was doing in weeks 1 through 3. And if he does that, I think we can win this football game. If he doesn't try to do too much, we win this football game, and then we'll be 4-2, and then we'll see after that. But first 5 weeks been kind of disappointing because you see what they did the first 3 weeks. Brand new team. You're like, oh man, already they're balling out. Doesn't matter who the team is, and then all of a sudden, just something clicks. So we both got the Bills. We'll see, but yeah, wraps it up today. Very quick, very short. Let me know your picks in the comments. And again, prayers out to everybody dealing with the hurricanes. And I will be putting out the O line film breakdown hopefully in the next day or so. Please watch those, spread those around. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe, like the video. Go Bills. See you next time.